Hello and welcome to Critically Disdained. Today I am excited to talk about a band that I've been listening to for the last 3 years called Sitar Metal. They started in Jalandhar, Punjab in 2015, and just like the name suggests, they are a sitar-fronted metal band. And for the occasion, I decided to wear my kurta that my friend from India brought and so graciously gifted to me. So if you like unique fusion metal bands, stick around because the subject at hand is the Indian classical metal band Sitar Metal. I'm super excited to talk about this band because I love unique types of fusion genres and musicians that cover music in interesting ways. These are all things that I just really get a kick out of. And Sitar Metal is one of the most unique fusions I have come across to date. So my first experience with this band was back in 2020 when I was going through a phase of listening to and compiling psychedelic music from the 60s and the 70s. And there's a Beatles song called Love You Too from their Revolver album that heavily uses the sitar and the tabla, which are very prominent instruments in Indian classical music. And even though I had heard the song many times before, I had never really taken the time to look up the instruments that were used. But when I did, it opened up a whole new world of music exploration. And in the midst of it, I came across Sitar Metal. Now the frontman for this group, Rishabh Singh, he's a very prominent sitar player and was featured in Forbes India and Forbes 30 Under 30, as well as being the youngest ever sitar player to be featured on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. Singh was heavily influenced by bands such as Nirvana and the whole grunge scene and metal bands. And having been brought up playing traditional Indian music, he wanted to find a way to be able to fuse the two genres together and to make a new type of music. And this is what gave birth to Sitar Metal. In late 2019, the band set off on a tour in support of their soon-to-be released album, which did end up getting released in April of 2020. And the album was appropriately self-titled Sitar Metal. The record is mostly instrumental, but from time to time, in some parts of the songs, they do have poetic interludes. One of the things that makes this band so unique is the fact that the sitar is front and center. Now, the sitar was invented back in the 18th century, so it's around 200 to 300 years old, but in the 60s and 70s, the sitar was popularized in Western music by Indian-born Ravi Shankar. And he was one of the most prominent sitar players, and to this day is one of the most well-known. It was around this time that notable Western artists, such as the Beatles, the Moody Blues, the Mamas and the Papas, and George Harrison's solo records, incorporated sitar into rock and psychedelic music. But from then until now, there has not been a band, especially a metal band, that has used the sitar as the main focus instrument for their music. Now, I've got to say, this was such a fantastic idea. The record is fun, it's heavy, and very spiritual at the same time. Rishabh and the rest of the band did such an amazing job fusing the two genres together and helping the sound of their vibrant and gentle culture shine through while implementing the hard-hitting sound of metal music. Now, this sound is high-hitting speed, big, powerful energy, while simultaneously being introspective and subtle. If you like metal and enjoy a nice twist to your music, or even if you just want to check out a really cool band, their videos can be found on YouTube and their music on all the streaming platforms. I will definitely link to those below so you can check those out. It's absolutely worth checking out because it's just so cool. I would hope that we get to see more music from Sitar Metal, but last year Rishabh Singh had created a post, which has since been deleted, where he was very candid about his mental health. It was a very genuine post sharing where he's been and where he hopes to be. Since then, Rishabh has gone silent, not even releasing any solo material at all. I hope everything is all right, and at some point in the future, I would really hope that we get to see Mr. Singh resurface stronger than ever. But in the meantime, support the band by checking out their fantastic music because it's really good and lots of fun, and it rocks really hard. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and comments are always welcome. I do really enjoy hearing from you and getting varying points of view. So with that, I'll say thank you for joining me, and we'll see you here next time on Critically Disdained.